Hey everybody,
Hi.
it is finally Thursday. We're getting close to Friday, but not hardly there yet.
You have an
But
email.
Jury, you have an email. So, but anyway, we don't have many people in the house. I don't know what's up. We only have four in here, and that is definitely an all-time low. So there may still be technical issues going on. I don't have any on my end, but that don't mean anything. Today it could be Android. I don't know. Yesterday it was iPhone. So we got Thrifty Angler Undercover, Jury Holly. We got Nettie, Artist on the Road. So we got Yep, Echo. Let me put my headphones on. We're gonna try to go headphones and see if we can get rid of the echo.
Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing today?
So we got Miss Eva, if I got that right, with Highland Homestead.
Yes, sir.
So we've been chatting it up, and I had to stop asking questions because I was asking all the questions and we weren't even live. So
Oops.
uh, maybe I got everybody in here. Get my headphones like I like it.
There you go. You look awesome.
Thank you. I look like a real DJ now, right? So let's see here. Let me go back over here and greet everybody. So I said Nettie, Angela, Jerry, Artist on the Road, Britton Farm Homestead, our neighbors just across the valley, and boondocking with Boomer. This is our autism garden. Let me start at the bottom since it jumped all the way down there. Bob's Adventure, Roasters Marketplace. Let me see here. Make sure I get everybody. I'm sure I've missed somebody, but if I did, I'm sorry. So it shows we got 18 in the house now. Good deal. Picking up. There's Meemaw Matters, Shanna Kraus. Uh, got them too. Got them too. Yep. Happy Place Camping is telling everybody hi. Good deal. All right. So don't forget, Jerry Holly needs people to run his playlist. Happy Place Camping needs somebody to run their playlist. Bob's Adventure needs somebody to run his playlist. Uh, who else we got in here that needs their playlist run? Let's get that out of the way right up front. While y'all are doing that, let's go over the next few days as far as the morning show goes. Of course, today we got our guest Highland Homestead, Miss Eva. Tomorrow we got Striving for the Simple Life. Monday we got Desmond Donders. Tuesday morning we got Bake a Leg and Let's Dig It. Tuesday night we got Chasing America. Wednesday of next week we will have Britton Family Homestead, our neighbors here in DeKalb
Rockin',
County. Do what, Miss Eva?
a rockin' lineup.
Yeah, yeah. I love all anybody that's willing to come on my little bitty show or they're rock stars. So I take it as a big compliment that anybody come on our little show and let us interview them. So it's pretty cool. I consider it a big honor. So
Oh, I am honored also.
well, we appreciate having you guys. I'm running it in the bots, but just to let everybody that's not been in here in a few days, we're going to put a pause on the wheel for a while. We're going to go back to having just the show. We're going to try to have fun. We are working behind the scenes on a different, something different we're going to add to the show. We may do the wheel again sometime. You know, we tell everybody we're pausing it. We've not give up on it yet. Also, we are working on another possible segment to the show. I think you guys will absolutely love. So we're working out all the details of that. We put a lot of time and effort. I don't know if Felix and Nettie knew what they were getting into, but when they signed on to help, but we are constantly texting. I text them to I don't know how many. If you figured up all the minutes of the day that we chat with each other back and forth, it is a lot, and it is 99.9% of the time about the show. It's not just yakking. It is usually something about the show, and so it's right up there close. So we have fun too and talk, and but usually about every day uh, probably at least an hour or so a day we spend talking to each other back and forth about different ideas we all have or different guests that we're trying to get or stuff like that. So we work on this show constantly. Uh, uh, Felix and Nettie and Jerry too. Jerry is my unofficial co-host, and so we're always, even me and Jerry, we're always bouncing ideas. Uh, we share our ideas. I do the wheel. We done it over at Jerry's, and we work together. This community is about helping each other. It ain't about one show. Just it's great if one show explodes and gets bigger than everybody. That's great. We don't have no hard feelings about that. But we try to all bring each other up as we go, and that's what it's all about. Box Fan D gave me the idea of having a producer, and I took it to a new level and put the producer on the screen. And we're taking it even to another level and putting all the team members on the screen. And so we want you guys to be entertained. However, we can do that and to make it the most fun and to make y'all want to at least listen every morning. That's what we want to do. So, all right. So, we got any other housekeeping we need to do, Miss Felix?
I don't think so.
All right. So, I'm going to see if there's any date. Oh, on Friday, we're going to try to keep Fridays open. After we get through the ones we've already booked, we're going to try to have Friday is going to be hangout day. That's the last day of the week. We're all wore out. And so Fridays, from once we get through the Fridays we done have booked, which is the one coming up next week, and that should be the last Friday, unless we have somebody that we can't schedule any other day but that Friday. We're going to leave Friday to open just for all of us just to hang out. We might pull somebody out of the chat and bring them up, but we're going to let Friday be Fun Day Friday. We have that at our school. If our kids do good all week at Eider, the school where I drop my kids off, if they do good all week at school, Friday they do nothing. They have Fun Day Friday. And so that is a neat concept that they've started doing, and it has worked tremendously well. And so I think it's cool for us to all chillax and hang out with each other one day a week anyway. That's how the show was built.
Which that won't start till the 21st, I believe. I don't have my calendar open.
Yep,
yeah.
the 21st.
The next 2 Fridays we do have guests, but
so the next 2. I'm sorry. Yep, tomorrow and next Friday. Yep, and then the 21st we don't have anybody. Right. So good deal. All right. So looking at all my notes and making sure, and Felix calls my notes chicken scratch.
mm-hmm.
So all right. Well, let's get with the big interview. I'm getting a little crackling in my headphone, but that's not y'all. That is me. So if y'all see me squinch or something, that's my headphones. So, but it sounds good. So are y'all getting any echoes?
Not hearing anything so far.
So good deal. We're good to go. All right. So let's get to our rock star guest, Miss Eva at Highland Homestead. How are you?
Good.
So it looks like it's a beautiful day at your homestead.
It is gorgeous out here. It was cold last night, though. It got down to 50s in the 50s last night.
Wow. That's good sleeping weather.
It is. But when it gets that cold, times are changing.
Yeah. So our times don't change here much until end of September, 1st of October. It starts getting some of that cooler weather. So
That's why I have a sweater on. It's a little cooler.
August here is like one of our hottest months. I mean, it'll be hot and it won't rain. It'll be dry, which it's raining now, but we don't get much rain in August. But it's usually hot, dry, and dusty. So,
Yeah.
so for those people in the chat that maybe don't know who you are and don't know what your channel is about, let everybody know who you are and what it's about and how you got started.
So I am Highland Homestead, aka Go Go Mama Eva, and we have a homesteading channel. And we are here in Western New York, Southern Tier, and in near Ellicottville, ski country. And how I started was I wanted to show people how we live and what we do here on the homestead, and make sure that inform people about the self-sufficiency of life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. So, how long has your family owned the land that you live on?
We bought our property 6 years ago now.
Okay.
So, but my folks don't live far from here, and that's why we moved home. I was in the city and raised my older two kids in the city of Cleveland, Ohio.
Wow.
So
Wow.
for 20 years, I lived in the city. Grew up though a farm girl.
Wow. So you did move back home then, didn't you?
Yes, sir, I did, and it's beautiful out here. It's beautiful country. So we're excited. We have 17 acres, pond, all animals. We do a lot of things here to be self-sufficient.
So when you say self-sufficient, are y'all solar yet? Do y'all have solar or?
No,
Okay.
we're looking into that now. That would be more off-grid. Self-sufficient, I mean, as far
Yeah.
as doing all of our animals, all of our canning. We have everything here. We do have a generator if our power goes out, which it does often. We can maintain our lifestyle of living here on the homestead without the grid.
I got you. I got you. And so are y'all I've seen pictures of your place and it is beautiful.
Yes, it is.
And so I guess y'all are garden growers and animal raisers and the whole 9 yards, right? We had the best garden we ever had this year.
Oh, good.
And so we have been connecting with the community. Troubaduo, I know about everybody here knows Troubaduo, the singing couple. They gave us their salsa recipe, and we made a batch, and it wasn't hot enough for me, so I doubled the jalapenos. So we've got 37 jars of a modified Troubaduo salsa mix, and we're hoping to get at least 50 jars before we quit.
Yay!
So if any of you guys want a great salsa recipe, email me and I will share that with you. I'm sure, like I said, I modified it, so I'm not a hot salsa eater, but I do like mine to have a bite to it. So,
is it a burn your mouth salsa?
No, I don't like burn your mouth salsa. No, I'm not into that hot, but I do like it to open up your sinuses.
Right. Just a little punch.
Yeah.
A kick to the end. Right?
Yeah.
Munch on that, salsa.
Yeah. The great thing is we raised our tomatoes. If we didn't raise them, like we made a batch the other day out of my dad's batch of tomatoes because we had just done a batch of ours and we were waiting on some more of ours to get ripe. So he gave us a big old box. He has more than we do. So if we didn't raise it, my dad raised nearly all the ingredients in it. We raised our own jalapenos, our own tomatoes, and so just except for the minor stuff, like salt and some of the spices that went in it, we didn't raise, but the majority of the stuff come out of our garden, and I thought that was the coolest part of it. So
it is very cool when you have a garden like that.
Yeah. So do y'all have a big garden? What do y'all raise in your garden?
Yeah, we have a big garden this year. I have tomatoes, peppers. I have tons of herbs. I also have potatoes, corn, and ginormous, it's not a word, but pumpkin.
It is here.
I thought it was.
Wow. Wow.
Pumpkins. So it's pretty neat to have these pumpkins. I mean, they're going to be huge pumpkins this year. So there are the jumbo pumpkins off of the I can't remember where we got them from. Anyways, it doesn't matter. These seeds I kept from last year and are now growing them in my garden this year. And it's the first time I've ever done that, is done seeds from, held seeds over. And now the, produce out here in my garden is from those seeds I held over from last year.
Wow.
That is the neatest thing, to see your seeds that you've, grown yourself.
Right.
Held them over for the winter season. And then, it's in your garden now. So it's really neat to see those pumpkins grow. I'm just absolutely fascinated.
My wife loved gardening. Of course, she was raised the baby of 12 kids, and so they had a big garden every year because that's how she was raised. And
that's a big.
Yeah, and so she loves the garden, and I'm a grocery store gardener. I can eat anything come out of a grocery store. She's not that way. She wants it raised out of the backyard,
Yeah, and then I can everything that comes out of my garden, I will be canning now. So some of my canning videos are coming out.
Wow, that's gonna be great. A lot of people have never canned.
Right.
And that's weird to me because I grew up with everybody doing that.
I know. It's, everything is coming back. I think that once people start canning and they find how fun it is, and then you're eating your own product through the winter time, and you don't have to go to the store. Oh, that is the best feeling ever. When you can, I have a video on it, going down to my basement. My husband makes a funny of it. He's like, "Oh, you shopped in the basement?"
Yeah.
I go down and get my meat in the freezer.
Yeah.
I go down and get my canned goods. What do you need from the store?
That's right.
Besides, little stuff here and there, you don't need anything. So we eat off of our food, that we have stored downstairs.
You'd be surprised how long when they started shutting everything down.
Yeah.
We started stashing cash.
Mm-hmm.
Like we wouldn't spend money because we didn't know how long this was going to last.
Right.
And so we started eating mainly everything out of our utility room where all of our canned stuff was. There's no telling how much stuff we eat off of that we've been just eating off of a little at a time. Then we went to mainly eating off of it, and eating it down just to hoard our cash because our business shut down. So we didn't know how long we could survive off our savings, so. And so, but me and my wife, our business that we have, we work in the summertime 7 days a week. And so it's been hard for us to even have a garden if it's something that requires a lot of work. And so we, this year, a couple weeks ago, me and Tammy was sitting in chairs in our garage with the doors raised, silking corn. I've not done that since I was a kid.
Isn't that so much fun?
it's a lot of work, but just me and Tammy sitting side by side outside, which we were in the shade in the garage, and silking corn. I mean, that just brought back so many memories, and
It
we
does.
never get to do that with our business.
Oh, it does. It does. It's, you talk to each other. You don't have anything better to do except do what you're doing there.
Yep.
And it's getting back to the roots. Where did our ancestry come from? That's how that's how I grew up.
Yeah.
And my grandma had a huge garden
Oh
and
yeah.
a farm, and that's what we used to do. We used to have green beans. We would, do green beans and corn and beets and carrots and all of those things, but on a larger basis, because she was feeding everyone,
Yeah.
she wasn't just feeding herself.
Right.
So, to have people do garden containers, or it is so much fun to get out in the garden, or to grow something little, or to grow flowers,
Yeah.
something that you yourself grow. It is just a fantastic experience for anybody.
Oh yeah.
And that's where it starts, is having that knowledge, that we want to help people with, is those knowledge of those type of things, so that they can do it themselves at some point if they wanted to or need to.
Yeah. So Justin and Christina, I've never heard this term before. They said they'd never canned, but they have jarred before. I've never heard the term jarred. Have you?
Mm.
Is that the same thing as canning? And it's just
Same
because
thing.
they're in Canada? Maybe they call it different.
Tammy?
Maybe.
I'll ask my wife. She's coming by.
I'm sure it is.
So
Because usually when you can stuff,
So
you
we're
put it
talking
in jars.
about
So.
canning.
And it's the same
And,
thing.
somebody in the chat said they've never canned, but they've jarred before. Have you ever heard that term, jarred?
Mm-mm.
No. This lady
Canning
right
jars.
here.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. Canning jars.
You can yours in jars. They probably use the word jar.
This
Hey,
right here
Tammy.
is the canning guru right here. She loves to can. They got a homestead. They have big gardens and stuff.
Good deal.
She grew pumpkins this year off seeds of pumpkins from last year.
I don't like pumpkins. So. I don't do pumpkin.
What a lot of times, the older pumpkins, what I
I can't hear
do
what she said.
is I give the seeds and the pumpkins straight to the animals if I don't use them. And it helps with their digestive system and their worming. So nothing goes to waste here on the homestead, even the pumpkins. And the deer love the pumpkins too. So I'll throw the pumpkins out back and smash them, and the deer come up and they love the pumpkins and the pumpkin seeds.
Wow.
So nothing goes to waste here.
Yeah, we actually give Darby pure pumpkin because it's so good for dogs.
Yes.
We don't do it every day, but here and there we do give her some pure pumpkin, and she loves it.
Yeah, all the
But
animals.
talking about
Hey Gary, I'm gonna have to jump off for this Board of County Commissioners meeting, buddies. But I'll try to get back on that
Holly.
when we get done in time.
Britain Farm Homestead wants to know if you would be interested in trading some of the pumpkin seeds.
I've already, yes, I am considering it because someone else asked me that, and another homesteader. And yes, once I have my seeds all dried, absolutely. I do not have any seeds from this year that I can give out, but once I dry seeds, absolutely, I'll be contacting everybody.
Okay, so they could probably just drop you an email.
Yes,
and your email address is in your about page. I know that because that's how I got a hold of you. So
Yes.
they can just email you, and you guys can talk about pumpkin seeds.
Yay!
That is so cool. Yeah, I'm wanting Simple Life Reclaimed made some homemade apple butter. And there's not a person on this planet that loves apple butter and homemade biscuits more than this guy right here. And so I wished I could come up with a way of me shipping a jar of salsa and swapping for a jar of apple butter. But I know with our postal service, it would probably not make it.
Bubble wrap. Lots of bubble wrap. That's what I say.
Yeah. Have you ever shipped anything like that?
I have. To Nevada, to my very best friend, and she lives in the city, and we have actually, well, I probably shouldn't say this, but we have shipped MEAT too.
I gotcha.
Yeah, and dried black dry ice.
Yeah.
So we have shipped quite a lot of things. So to Nevada.
His Way Homestead made some corn cob jelly this year. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I just saw that, and I'm going to go back and watch that because I'm very interested in that.
I'm just curious what it tastes like.
I am too. I've never seen that.
It don't sound good. I love corn, but corn cob jelly don't sound good. I'm totally honest. I don't have a filter for my honesty.
Oh, I'm sitting over here thinking you guys are way too exotic for me.
So he has to try it on the air.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That'd be funny.
Man. So if you've never had apple butter,
like it or not.
if you've never had apple butter, you was born under a rock. But now I don't know about corn cob jelly.
Tastes kind of like
apple butter and applesauce.
He said it tastes kind of like honey.
Ooh,
Well, that'd have to be good.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
boy.
say he, but I don't know. His Way Homestead may be a she. I maybe shouldn't have said he. I don't know.
No, it's a he. It's a he and a she. It's a couple.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a couple.
Then they said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw his new video, and I haven't watched it yet. I have to watch it because their new video. I have to watch it because I would love to see how it's actually made. So
They're also another channel that needs their playlist run too. So
yes, they do.
Which I ran their link a little earlier.
I'm reading a chat that Timmy Ray's dad wrote. Oh, yeah. Timmy Ray's dad, Charles, had to do it all. Pick corn, cotton, beans. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let me see here. So, Mr. Breeze said that they have a friend that cans meat. Have you ever done that? I don't think we've ever canned any meat.
No, I usually don't. If we had to, I would take, and we didn't have our freezer space or we didn't have freezers, I would be canning the meat. Yes. I know how to pressure can the meat. I just don't need to, so I don't do it.
Yeah, we freeze our meat and our corn. Mm-hmm. We put our corn in containers or gallon bags and put it in the freezer.
I can my corn, so
she's done some of that. Matter of fact, this year she done some where you shave it off the cob, mm-hmm. and she canned it, and we eat a jar of it a few days later, and it was good. So I don't know. I love getting corn out off the stove and shaving it off myself and eating it. It just has a different flavor to me.
Yes, it does. Yes.
So I'm trying to catch up with if you're on your laptop, you can click in that private chat button and it'll show you when Felix throws up questions from the chat.
Oh, okay. I don't have it.
His Way Homestead said, we do it all. And when I say we, I mean my wife.
I watched the video.
Pretty typical, I think. So
I watched the video of theirs the other day, and he was making out like he was a big pro cooker, and then he had to confess that she's the cook, that he only does a little bit in front of the camera, basically.
That's funny.
On the grill. He's a grill cooker. Slow momentum. What is slow momentum? Slow momentum eats corn. Yep. I don't like eating corn off the cob. It just don't. My teeth and corn on the cob don't agree, so I take my knife and I cut it off. That's like apples. I won't eat apples unless I cut it up. My teeth can't handle eating apples, especially if it's still got the peeling on it. So, yeah, the other day we were canning salsa. We had 2 canners going at the same time. That's the way you get it done right there now.
You're done. Yep. I just canned up some blueberries and jelly and raspberry jelly.
So I remember my grandma canning, and she would use a pressure cooker. So do you guys still do it that way? You still have to have that dangerous pressure cooker?
The bomb on the stove?
How dangerous those were, because they, would explode or the top would blow off or whatever. So
it has happened. Yes.
Really?
But, yeah, but no, you don't. Oh, yeah. See? Yeah, exactly. And
there's another one. You see the other one in the background? You can't hardly see it, but there's another one.
Two canners going at the same time. You just have to make sure that the pressure releases totally out of your canner and you're totally safe. It is not a bad thing.
So really it works just like one of the Instant Pots.
Correct.
You just you can't open that lid until the pressure's released.
Right. And you can in your Instapot. I'm going to try canning in my Instapot this year. Mm-hmm.
That is what makes salsa good.
So I'm gonna see how it does, and then see if I can make a video on it.
That would be awesome. I'm kind of interested in that. Not that I can grow anything, but
but a lot of people don't understand that they can actually can in their Instapot too. It's a lot less. You can't can as many, but it for a lot of people it tends to be safer because you can't open that Instapot until the pressure releases. And I think it would be a lot safer and people would try it more if they knew that it was safe,
Yeah.
and the Instapot is popular now.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't take much, to do something like that or to just try it. So I'm going to try it. I have beans and corn I still need to do, and I want to do some, I do a lot of my tomatoes, I just water bath. With your jellies, you water bath. Same concept, but it's a water bath, not, your pressure canner. So, it's a different process.
So you need to tell me what a water bath is, because I don't know what a water bath is.
Okay. So a water bath is a big pot where you put water in it, and then you put your hot cans that you have canned, whatever you have canned up for that day, and you put it in the hot water bath in this big pot, and you put the cans with the I don't know how to explain it. So you have your jelly in the can already. You have it sealed, your can sealed. You put that can in the water bath itself. You put hot water over it, and you let that boil for about 10 to 12 minutes in that big water bath canner. And it actually seals the tops of the cans. Did I explain it okay?
Yeah, no, yeah. As soon as you started saying that you let it boil and blah, 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 I've actually, I think my grandma did that too. So
Tammy just Googled, my wife just Googled jarring, and that's what they call jarring. It's what you just explained.
Pressure in it.
Yeah, it's not pressure cooking it. What you just described, Tammy went and Googled. And she said that's what jarring Yeah.
Oh.
So
Okay. Now we know.
This is Eva, by the way. This is my wife, Tammy.
Hey.
Hi,
So-
Tammy. How are you?
Eva
Good.
is fixing the can in a Instapot.
Oh, really?
I'm
She
gonna
can do
try
a
it.
video.
Awesome.
Yep, I'm gonna try it. I think
Well, it
it's
should work.
well
It
worth
pressures. It should work.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually, there have been a couple people that have done it, but I don't know if they have videos on them or not. So we'll see.
So if we see an explosion in New York, we'll
Yeah,
know
my
it did
house.
not work. We can do a
My
tribute
kitchen.
video to Miss
Oops.
Eva
Oh,
off of this live stream.
Yeah, oops, honey, I need a new kitchen. Oh, darn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel safer with my Instapot than my can.
Well, that's what she said. She said that people that not used to canning might think it's safer.
Oh, I think it is.
Yeah, see?
Absolutely safer.
Yeah, because you can't open it until it actually unseals, where your big canners, you can actually turn them to unseal them. Some of them, the older ones. The newer ones have a pop seal where you can't undo those seals until that seal unseals. It has like a little lever on it. You can't open that until all that pressure comes out now.
Are you like me and Tammy when we're at yard sales or trade days, flea market? Do you buy a canner every time you see them, nearly giving them away just because you can't stand the thought of it?
Do you know how much they are?
Oh yeah, we probably got 3 or 4 canners just because we see somebody selling one for nearly nothing. We're like, that's insane.
Or ball jars. Hello, ball jars. Oh,
You
no,
can't
you
get
need to
flats
get
in
those ball
Alabama right
jars.
now.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know if y'all
I
can.
don't even care.
Can y'all get flats up there now?
Huh?
There's a shortage of flats right now.
I know. I tried to get some. Mercy.
Meemaw Matters said that you can get a rack for the Instapot to can.
Yep, I already have it.
Oh.
I don't have one. I'd have to get one.
So we're gonna watch her video when she does it.
Which the Instapot's so small, but it'd be great if you just had 2 or 3 jars you needed to do.
That's what she said.
Exactly. Like your salsa, you could do your salsa in that,
You could do cooking the salsa in it, yeah.
Yeah. Just the smaller jars, which, for a family of 2 or 4, it doesn't take much to can that.
So how was it you done our corn the other day that was good that you canned?
I just cut it off the cob and put it in the jar, and you put boiling water over it, and then you just pressured it. Well, I think you put salt in it, but I can't remember. I think it was like 55 minutes maybe or something. I'd have to look at my recipe, but yeah, you just pressured it. It's like whole kernel corn.
Do you use a ball recipe?
My sister Googled and found this recipe, so I don't know who it was from, but it was the first time I ever tried it, but it turned out great.
Good.
So Tammy gets on there and figures out what our altitude is. So if you've never canned, that matters, folks. So make sure you know your altitude where you live before you
that's
start.
What it said on the salsa recipe.
Yeah, the salsa recipe made you check your altitude of where you live based on the time. Yeah.
Yes.
I love you.
Good to go.
Bye, Tammy.
Bye. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you also.
Learn how to can some more.
So do we have an echo? If we don't have an echo, I'm not going to wear these headphones.
I don't hear one right now.
So we'll try it without it because my hearing aid don't do well with these headphones.
I use the ball canning book too, His Way Homestead, all the time.
So I have a question because I don't grow my own food. If I wanted to can something, could I go to the grocery store, buy a bunch of whatever veggie? I mean, will that can well? Because
farmer's market.
It'd be better to go to like a farmer's market or something.
Absolutely.
I guarantee you, if you post on Facebook, say, hey, I'd like to buy a couple dozen ears of corn, I guarantee you somebody would probably give you some. I gave away the other day, I probably gave away 3 or 4 dozen just because, we could have canned it, but if somebody's wanting some, especially if it's somebody we know that enjoys doing that don't have any, me and Technique gets as much enjoyment out of giving our stuff away as we do eating it.
We do a lot of that. We here on the hill, we do a lot of bartering system, and we give away a lot of our canned goods and our food, and then get something in return for what we give them. So we do a lot of bartering here.
We have customers. Me and Tammy have survived off her making those face masks. Mm-hmm. And so one of our customers the other day was talking about that, something about they had bought a bunch of corn to can the other day. And I'm like, no, don't buy no more corn. I'll bring you some. They're good customers. They buy a lot. What it is, they sell them for us at the company they work at. And I'm like, no, when you come back to get more masks, I'll bring you a bag full of stuff. So I carried them cucumbers, corn, tomatoes. We've literally had the best garden we've ever had this year. The rain was just right.
Yeah. I think that any store, and if you go to the store and process your own, it is awesome if you do that. You can, buy and then process, even freeze for the wintertime. Buy in bulk and freeze for the wintertime. You can do all of that, and you can even store in a cold room also. There's a lot of things like your squashes, your potatoes, things like that will store almost all winter long in a cold area downstairs in your basement.
Wow.
If you find good deals.
So Roasters Marketplace is asking, do you ever do any fermented veggies like kraut,
kimchi?
Yeah, or pickles?
No,
it's kimchi.
I do pickles.
We do. We make pickles sometimes.
I do pickles. I haven't gotten into a lot of the fermentation yet, only because personally I haven't had time. But yes, I will be doing a lot more of that, and I'm looking into doing a lot more of my herbs and harvesting a lot more of my herbs, and keeping them canned and for home remedies for medicines.
So I'm a picky pickle eater. If my pickles are not crunchy, I won't eat them.
I am the same way, and I found this great recipe in the my ball book, and it keeps your pickles fresh.
Well, I'm gonna have to look into that for sure.
Yes. So maybe I can find it and send it to you. I don't like mine soft and smushy. Ew.
No.
But if the faster that you eat them, the better that they are. Mine have stayed fresh for about a year that way.
So I'll have to look into that. She had one time that was okay. It wasn't the best. But Britain Farm Homestead said they freeze all their corn, then can most all the other veggies. Yeah, that's the way we do. We can our green beans and all that. She I don't know how many cans of green beans she's done put up. But our bean is the one thing that didn't do as well this year.
For the most part.
Sorry. When you freeze corn, you just chuck it all and then just shove it in the in a bag or something and in the freezer? Or, I mean, do you need to cook it or do something to it to prep it to put it in the freezer?
Go ahead.
Usually, you have to blanch it, and then you can put it in bags and freeze it. a lot of times I just don't do that. I can mine. But yes, you can blanch it on the cob and put it in the freezer, or you can take it off the cob, blanch it, and also put it in the freezer. I would put it with a little bit of a quarter of a cup or an eighth of an eighth of a teaspoon of canning salt, and put it in the freezer in quart bags, freezer quart bags. You can do it that way. I usually, there's sometimes my grandma would put it, she would blanch the corn on the cob, break it into pieces, put it a little bit of salt and olive oil on them, and put them in a liter, not a gallon size baggie, and put them in the freezer. And then you take them out, you blanch them again in boiling hot water, and they should be really good to go. So, and eat.
So happy place, or Felix, you was talking a while ago, Tammy, because it's hard we live right in the middle of our little town. We have an acre lot. And with our time, it's hard for us to grow every item. Like say if you're going to can vegetable soup. So Tammy usually grows our own tomatoes and stuff. She grows what she can. And then she'll go to the farmer's market and buy everything else she wants for her vegetable soup. And then she just does big batches of vegetable soup in cans, like 30 or 40 jars. She'll do it all at one time. And that's how she makes our homemade vegetable soup. So the majority of it is homegrown, and the other quite possibly is locally grown. So,
Okay.
That's the best way to do it.
So it's pretty neat, especially like she said, when you sit down in the wintertime and you're eating something that you created.
Yeah.
And done the whole 9 yards.
It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
His Way Homestead is asking, has anyone ever had watermelon pickles?
Oh.
Never
I've
heard
never
of
heard of that. That's why I want to know what that is. What's a watermelon pickle?
Tell us more.
Please, please.
I hope I didn't miss any questions. I'm trying to go down through there.
I don't think so.
Okay. So we're rocking and rolling with 29. So I think they've got the issues fixed. I've not had problems this morning.
Awesome.
So scrolling up through here and see.
It's made from the rind of watermelon, a very sweet pickle. It's pickled watermelon rind. That's different.
Yeah, I don't like watermelon rind, but if it's pickled, it might be good. Sort of like me. If you fry it, I'll try it.
Sweet like candy, somebody said.
Never had that.
That's interesting. Okay, well, why don't you guys do that and send me some so I can try it?
Right.
So in your area, I don't know about being up in your area about if there's a lot of hunter people that deer hunt and stuff. Do y'all put up a lot of wild meat like deer meat? And
Yep. Every year.
Yeah.
I hunt myself also.
Oh, me and you're gonna be best friends. I can none tell.
Yeah, I have both. My first deer I got last year with my 240, and it was a lot of fun. I actually harvested my own deer last year with my husband watching.
Man,
So
that's awesome.
It all butchered everything, and he's like, why don't I help you? And I'm like, no, I need to know this so that if you're gone on a trip, which he's a railroader, so he goes a lot, I need to know how to do this.
Yeah.
So
right.
I did it all myself, and he's like, okay, you do this, and I butchered the whole thing all by myself.
I'm lazy. I field dress them and carry them to somebody.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
mean,
Jesse does.
Those are the type of things that I need to know. I mean, not that he's gone.
Right.
If I want to hunt by myself, I need to know those things, I was scared to hunt by myself because I wasn't sure of how to harvest the animal fully.
Yeah.
And so he taught me.
My wife come from an area where there's a lot of deer hunting, and of course, like I said, she was the baby of 12, and then her family's kids hunt all over that mountain. Well, one of them has picked up. He's got a little business he runs, so he processes deer,
Right.
and so he vacuum seals them, and then you freeze them. That's the best way. So if you ever have a choice of having deer processed, have them go to a place that vacuum seals them. That way, if you don't eat all of it the first year, it'll
Right.
still be good that next year. It won't have that freezer burnt taste.
We live off of the food that we harvest here through the wintertime.
So take your tenderloin off your deer, lay you some, a good little piece, whatever you're going to eat, in aluminum foil. Pour some Italian dressing over it, wrap it up, throw it on the smoker.
Yep.
And they don't come no better than that.
It does not. Oh, we love it. And we love making deer jerky too. So
I sold my dehydrator. I got to where I never did do it, and we sold our dehydrator this year. Do what? Yeah, I love deer jerky. I just got lazy.
Yeah, both my husband and I hunt, and we have a bear around the area now. Hopefully he'll stick around for hunting season because we'd like to have us some bear meat too.
I've never had bear meat, but I bet I would love it. Our area, they brought bear into our area, and so out at the Soda State Park, you liable to see some bear. Felix and them's going to come down and go camping with us one week.
There you go.
There's bear in there.
We love our Canadian friends. That's where we hunt our bear, and we've been moose hunting up there. We love it, and fishing. So we love our Canadian friends.
It's funny you say that about the moose, because Honey and me was just saying that's what they hunt is moose, and that's what they butcher up, and she's in Canada, so I've never had so never had bear either. That kind of, I don't know about all that. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about eating bear.
It has to be cooked right, like deer meat. It has to be cooked right. If you do not cook deer meat properly, it tastes gangly. It has a gangly taste.
Yeah, I know that.
And you have to process it properly. You have to make sure that you marinate it. You have to make sure that you put it in with the right processes. And it is very, very good.
So what I just heard here was, when you're around my area, come on over and I'll fix you some bear for dinner. Is that what she said? 'Cause that's what I heard.
Yeah. Hey, before I forget, Honey and Me is here, and I forgot to email them. Let you know, Honey and Me, we've decided to pause doing the wheel for a while, and I think you had emailed me about donating a prize. So I just wanted to let you know, make sure you've seen that notice. We start that back up, I'll let everybody know. And if you've already got that prize and you want us to give it away, we'll figure out a way of giving it away. But I just wanted you to know that. So before I forget, because I have a squirrel moment and I forget to email people. So, but yeah, I would love to have me some bear. I've never eaten bear. I don't think I've ever had bear meat.
Yeah, Honey and
I
Me. Honey and Me. You can get that with any wild game. You have to cook it properly and know how to cook it. You need to make sure the temps, everything, just like pork, anything else, you have to make sure that it's cooked properly. And we do definitely make sure it's cooked properly. So
yeah, Justin said they don't hunt, but they have friends that do. Uh-oh, what?
Sue at Lucky Dog said, "You just ride the bear, Gary."
Yeah, I just ride the bear. Yeah. Oh man. There's pictures. If you've not seen them, Eva, there's even coffee mugs.
That's awesome.
Uh,
That's great.
that's the running joke around here. I love running jokes though because it makes my show more popular.
Oh, how funny.
Oh man. So what is the best way that you cook deer meat? What's your favorite way to cook it?
I like cooking the tenderloins. I personally, I like the tenderloins for breakfast. I marinate them overnight and then I fry them up in the frying pan and cut them up. And we have eggs and tenderloins for breakfast. The tenderloins are the best part. That's my favorite, is cooking the tenderloins.
I like tenderloin, fried or smoked.
Yeah.
I think smoked is probably my favorite. Fried is good, like you say, for breakfast.
Oh yeah, you
got
gotta add the olive oil, onions, and maybe mushrooms if you want, and garlic. Absolutely.
I don't do all that. I fry it, eat it with some biscuits and syrup and eggs and bacon and a poor boy's meal.
Hey, it all works.
So let me see here. Looking over everything, make sure I don't miss anything. So seems like I seen a big lake in front of your house, a big pond.
Yep.
Y'all stock fishing that?
Yes, we do. We have bass, rock bass, carp, sunfish, and yeah, and then it's all an ecosystem unto itself. And we also have clams in there.
Clam? No catfish?
No catfish. No.
I didn't know if they could survive in that climate.
Yeah, not here. I would love to have some catfish in there. And we'd also like to have some walleye. So we might do an introduction to some walleye in there because of the cold weather here.
Yeah. So we have every pond in our area just about has catfish.
Oh, yeah. We love catfish. Tasty, tasty meal.
Texas Family Camping said, no catfish. How can you have Friday night without catfish? By the way, I seen Texas Family Camping asked about stickers. If anybody wants a sticker, they're free anyway. Just email me and I'll send you a sticker. And if I run out, I'll borrow some from Felix.
Right. Oh.
So did you like my question on the show last night?
Oh, yeah. That was hilarious.
So Felix done a video about our stickers the other day and her travels. And so I asked one of the channels the other day, had they ever found one of our stickers while they were out hiking? So,
there you go.
Let me see. So what made you, I don't know, I don't think you've answered this. What made you decide to come back home? You said you raised your kids in the city and then you came back home. What was the deciding factor of that?
My parents were sickly. So my mom had a stroke and we were living in Cleveland and they needed some help. And then my dad had quadruple bypass surgery. And it was time to come back home, for my folks. So that was one of the reasons why we had settled down here in New York. Plus my husband works the rails. So he came up to Buffalo, found a job, and transferred up here to Buffalo. And we needed to find a place, obviously,
Right.
and that's what happened.
So do you miss the big city?
No, not at all.
Especially now, probably. No.
Nope. I am so happy that we decided not to stay in the city. And I'm glad that my husband's a city boy. So I'm glad that he wanted to come out and enjoy the country too. He has a love for the country. You
But
know,
he grew up a city boy though.
yep, a
Oh
city
wow.
boy. Yeah.
It's hard to get city folks to the country.
He loves it. He is an adventurer. So someday you might find us out on the road too. You never know, I mean, because he loves
Yeah.
it. So that's why we go to Canada all the time, to hunt and do things. So,
We have a lot of Canadian friends.
yeah, we do too. We way up in Quebec, we have an outfitter. we love the Canadians, and down here too. A lot of the Canadians, come and visit here in Ellicottville for skiing. So they love to come and ski here. So there's a lot of Canadians that have homes and things like that. And it's just killed the economy here. It's very, very, it was poor to begin with, but now it's just destroyed our county. All
Me
of
and
the crap.
me and Tammy don't know what the future holds for us, and we just don't really know. Not many people has ever had their business to go from wide open, booming to zero, and
Right.
so we don't have anybody that can say, "Hey, this is what we did," because it's
Yeah.
never happened to very many people, and so we are, thank the Lord, we had made a lot of preparations for bad times, but we didn't make preparations for a year of bad times, and
Right.
so but we have sort of, in what we call the city is still rural. We have Dollar Tree and a couple fast food restaurants, 2 red lights. You know what I'm saying? We're still rural in comparison to the big cities, but we have loved moving closer and closer to the city. But like I said, even we live, I can walk to Burger King from my house. It's not very far. It's probably a quarter of a mile. And only because you got to go around. If you went the way the crow flies, it would probably be 200 yards. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And but we have an acre of land. We can have a garden. There's no restrictions in our city for gardens. You can't have farm animals, but you can have gardens. And so if you're sitting in a house, you don't realize that you're a half a mile to the red light.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we'll migrate a little further out. We may have to, but then we may find a deal in a house that's in the middle of the town. I don't know. But I think it'll have to be somewhere where my wife can have a garden. I don't believe she would be happy. We're 51 and we're sort of thinking this is probably going to be our last place, hopefully, that we have. And so, we want to make sure that it's a happy place that we can park our campers and our friends can come park their campers.
That's right. That's right. You need your happy place. I have mine.
It looks beautiful.
This is my happy place. We're retiring. This is our homestead. This is our family homestead. And we're truly blessed to have, to be here.
So,
and have our kids grow up here.
So did y'all buy this place? It was already set up?
Yes.
Or did y'all have to build a home and barns and all that?
No,
Wow.
But it kind of fell in our lap, basically. So I said, we're going to have that property. And my husband looked at me and went, right. And they already had a buyer for it. The buyer, everything fell through and they came back, with an offer for us. and we ended up getting the property. And I said, see, I said, it was meant to be. This is our property. It's
Yeah.
17 acres, barn and log cabin, plus, you know, animals, everything. But we needed a barn because we wanted animals. We wanted to have animals. We wanted to start being self-sufficient, you know, with
Yeah.
everything that we did. And we're way out in the country. We, you know, it's 35-40 minutes to a store here.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we're not that far out.
And when it gets winter here, you don't go nowhere. My husband just travels. It gets bad here, you know, in the winter times. So
Wow.
we,
Well, you grew up there, so you know all how the weather changes. So
that's
Shannon
right.
Kraft asked what business we had. We own an inflatable company. We do corporate events like Coca-Cola, Home Depot, we do birthday parties, church events. We provide the fun. We don't do tent tables or anything else like that. All we do is we provide the fun for the kids. And so with all the rules in Alabama right now, we can't operate without breaking a rule. And if you break a rule, your liability, they can show intent to harm. If you break a rule, knowingly break a rule, that is intent to harm. And there's no limits on the liability for that. And your insurance company will not cover intent to harm. And so we have chose to stay closed until they change all the rules. So how long that is, I don't know. It may come to a point that financially we have to roll the dice on getting sued. But if we get everything sold down like we want to do, we got a plan to survive whether we get to open or not. And so if that plan works out like we think it will, we're in a good housing market so we can sell, and we have an RV we can live in. So we want to buy another place, but we don't have to be in a hurry to do anything. So that's the next months ahead. We're hopefully, I was telling Felix and Nettie last night, hopefully we're going to have a yard sale this weekend, and we've got everything done. We reckon we're finished with all that. So hopefully Sunday or Monday, I'll put it on Facebook that we're going to sell it. And I think we're going to try to sell it ourselves. So let's see here. What's going on now? Me and Tammy actually talked about doing the tiny house thing. I seen Happy Place Camping talking about that. But
yeah, RV Weekends was saying they were talking, you know, thinking about doing something like that, getting some acreage and doing a tiny house. And we had talked about that back in September because Jesse wanted to go full time. And I said, no, I said, first of all, I don't really want to go full time. I said, I always want a home base. I said, just in case something happens. Ta-da! Yeah. Then something happened, and I'm like, this is exactly why I don't want to be forcibly stuck in an RV and possibly have no place to go. You know, there was a few people in the community who were kind of scrambling for a place because things were shutting down on them. You know, their campgrounds were closing before they could get there. And, you know, some of them, if they would get there in time, some of them let them stay. But if they didn't, they were just out of luck. And I just told Jess, basically, and I told you so, this is why I don't want to do that, because you never know when something's going to happen. Now, to get rid of this place and move somewhere else, oh, you know, that's fine. I'd be okay with that. But we just haven't done it yet because, unfortunately, things are kind of rocky right now. You know, nothing's stable. Really, nobody's job is stable. So we're just kind of biding our time and waiting to see what happens before we make any big moves.
Yeah. We right now is a great time to sell a home. It's a bad time to buy a home. Yeah. So there's a lot of money to be made in selling your home right now. Me and Tammy thought about a tiny home, and then we can buy a bigger mobile home for less money. So we can buy a 16 by 80 nearly brand new mobile home, a nice one, for $25,000. You can't begin to start to build a tiny home for that. And so that was our weighing things out. And I think at 51, a nice, fairly new mobile home will last us till we're done. And so if we take care of it, and I believe it'll work. And so if we don't go that route, we'd like to find a home that we can buy and redo it, like fix it, repossessed home or something, foreclosed home or something, we might do that too. I don't know, but that's the reason we went away from tiny living. I know why a lot of people do tiny living, because it's cheaper to operate. It takes up less wood and better on the environment. But dollar for dollar, which is what me and Tammy has to weigh out right now, dollar for dollar, we have to go by what we think will last and then compare the money. So
Yeah, that's what a lot of people do here is they start out with campers and they pop them on, acreage.
yeah.
And then they, if they decide to build, they build, or they improve on what they have, in their campers.
Yeah. So I don't know. We first got to sell our place, get past that step, and then we'll worry about the rest. We're going to store all of our stuff. I may buy a big container, store all of our stuff in a big container, and live in the camper until we find something. So I don't know.
I think you're going to be surprised at how fast your house sells. I think you'll have it sold really quick.
Mm-hmm.
I hope. That's what I'm wanting.
Well, I mean, Jerry sold his the next day. That's crazy fast. I don't think I have ever heard of anyone's house selling that quick. That's
Michael
nuts.
sold his quicker. Michael and Shelley sold theirs quicker. Theirs didn't go in the market. They put the real estate company put a coming soon sign on the website, and somebody bought it and never stepped foot in it. They sent somebody to represent them and made a full price offer. I think it was even a tad bit more than full price, and it never had went on the market.
Yeah.
So
you need to get one of those realtor signs that says coming soon and stick it out in your yard. You don't have to have the realtor. You just need the sign.
Right.
Brenton Farm Homestead, they don't live far from us. They said they sold theirs in 3 weeks. The house at the stop sign, or the house 2 houses down from us, is similar to ours. It sold in 24 hours. If you go on down to the stop sign, there's a smaller house straight across. It's sold in about 3 or 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then the house on the corner sold about that quick. So a lot of people selling in our neighborhood because they're bringing good money. Yeah, our house has gone up a bunch in 7 years. We've had our house 7 years. We're going to make a good return on the bank's money.
That's awesome.
So
that's what you want.
Right. Make money off somebody else's money.
Yep.
So, I had another question and my mind went blank. I guess let me see what the chat is saying. Going back, I know what I was going to say now. I would like to have a place that me and Tammy would have enough room so that, like, if Felix or any of our RV friends or anybody that wanted to come and park their rig in the driveway or out in a designated area, that we would have room to do that. Which we have a lot of campgrounds around here that are beautiful. So really wouldn't have to have that. I just think it would be cool. Say if something like this ever happened again and some of our full-time friends were off, they could pull up in the yard and hook up and not have to worry about being somewhere.
Well, and some of us are tightwads and we don't want to pay for campgrounds.
Yeah. I've heard that about you.
There's always an open invitation here for anybody that wants to come up.
That sounds like a winner. We might have to take you up on that sometime. It's a few hours from Alabama to
You
you.
know what? Everything is operational here. We have an RV too, so if you want to come in your RV and have hookups, we have hookups. If you want to just come and stay, we have an RV here right on the property, so you can stay in the RV. There's lots
Wow.
of space.
That's
So
cool.
yeah,
So what
it's
kind of RV do you guys have?
oh that's a really bad question. It is, I can't recall the brand. It's
Is
a
it
98.
is it a travel trailer or a motor home?
It's a travel trailer. It is staying put. We had it at my folks' house, and we moved it over here. And yes, it is travelable, but
Yeah.
we just have it for friends and family,
Yeah, I got you.
as a home base kind of like thing.
Right.
So if anybody wants to travel through or come and visit, that's what we have that for.
Oh, that's awesome.
Amenities, running water, heat, water, gas, toilet, whatever, you want. But there are, definitely hookups. So,
Honey and me is going to
yeah,
hook up with you, Happy Place Camping.
hey, you know what? That would be perfect. I am all for it, and vlog away, the only purpose, I want people to see, our kind of lifestyle. And the only way to do that is to come and see it for yourself and
Yeah.
enjoy the opportunity that you get to be with the animals and to be out in the country. That's awesome. We would love it. Just email me.
We got a lot of tightwads in the chat. I can see already.
That would be great. You know what? I'm all for it. If you're on the roll and you need some place to stop by, it's beautiful country here, and you can't go wrong with stopping in Allegheny State Park or southern tier Western New York. So if y'all are up here.
Okay, well, don't pass out when about 50 of us show up at the same time.
Let me tell you what. Game on, girlfriend.
Yeah.
Game on.
I got 17 acres. Just
We're gonna
stack them
have a
in there like
party
a
then.
campground.
Be like a KOA.
We'll make a big shindig about it, and then I'll vlog about it. There we go.
Yeah. And you can get Eva to cook for all of y'all.
I would love it.
Yeah.
Roast. Woohoo!
That's funny.
And we'll have, everything. Everything's here. There ain't no, 50 people is nothing. We've had that before, so it's nothing to us to have to do that.
Well,
so
it sounds like Britton Farm is gonna offer that up to everybody too.
That's close to DeSoto State Park, Felix. We can just meet out there.
Yeah.
So
Are they actually on the Alabama side?
They may be on the Georgia side. I can't. They're out near Cloudmont Ski Resort. I can't remember if that's the Georgia side or the Alabama side, but it's near the ski resort, which is 10 minutes from the park.
So they're putting out the same offer. We just got to bring our own tent or camper
and electric and water.
Yep. We gotta provide for ourselves, but
they're on the Georgia side, so you'll be boondocking on the farm.
You know what? This community is great, and if we all have the places to be and where where y'all can come, in a heartbeat, that's what we're here for. Homesteading is a community, but it's community of everyone. It's not just homesteading. It's not just RVing. It's everyone that needs to be safe, or just passing through that needs a break. So
I just connected with Britton Farm Homestead a couple of days ago and realized that they're here within 30 minutes of my house. That was pretty cool.
That is totally awesome.
Yep. Yeah, I like hooking up with people that's close. I got to hook up with RV SWAT. They're in our area as well. They're about 10 minutes from me. So
You guys
that's
need
just
to
crazy.
get out together. There ain't nothing more to do.
Yeah.
Y'all need to get together.
RV Weekends is in the house. I missed them coming in. Hey, guys. I heard them talking about y'all a while ago. I just forgot to welcome you guys. There's Purple Tube here in the house. I probably missed somebody, I'm sure, but welcome everybody. It's in. We got 28 people in here on a Thursday. That ain't bad. So, by the way, did anybody catch a Little Fish in the Kitchen's live last night? I went over to it, but
I went in there and she was having technical difficulties, and she ended up closing that one down and starting a new one, and she did fine after that. So
okay, well, I missed it because she didn't have any volume, and I was about to pass out over the desk. Tired, because when I texted you and Nettie, I had just come in the house, and we had just got out from under the house, so my tail was dragging. I also forgot and wore my good cap yesterday, and I got yellow stains on it.
Oh boy.
So John's gonna kill me. So this is my. So anyway, I forget I have my good caps on, and I go out to work and I forget. So I'm so used to just having a cap on my head at all times. So what is new? Anything new coming up with you guys? Anything, any kind of new videos you're going to put out, or anything new on the farm?
I have my canning video, and today I am going to be butchering some ducks, and I'm going to do a video on that.
That sounds cool. I've eaten duck before. It's good.
Yep.
On a cruise ship. They serve duck a lot of time on cruise ships.
I heard that smoking duck is very good, which I have not tried. So, and then I have gardening tips and tricks coming out also.
That's going to be cool. I done, did you see my Coke can gardening tip?
No.
It's several weeks back when the garden first started growing. We kept having birds in the garden. And so I tied, a lot of people used to put pie pans.
Yeah.
And I put, we didn't have pie pans, so I put Coke cans. I hung Coke cans up on the tomato cages, got rid of our birds.
Nice. I put my bags, my feed bags up on mine and hook them up, and they look like scarecrows. And so they wave in the wind and it gets rid of all the birds.
Yeah. So let me see. What we do, guys, on the thing, now everybody's trying to be nice and don't misread the text. We do our support when we don't have guests, and it's not nothing being offensive. So let's just try to keep that off until we ask for it. And it's just out of respect for our guests that's on the show. We promote our guest channel. So it's like I say, we're being all as nice as we can be about it. Nobody's being mean or anything. That's just how we started doing this a week or so back, because it gives more time for our guests so we can promote their channel. So somebody may be answering questions or asking questions. I totally understand that. Let's just try to tone that down. And the moderators, they're just doing what we ask them to do. So not the moderator's fault. All comes back to me. So, but like I say, don't misread the text. It's all done in total being nice, and we're just doing the best we can, like RV Weekend says. So, yep. Understand with the chat, we're just trying not to promote within while we have a guest. Now we do allow that from time to time, just not when we have guests. So don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or anything. We're not trying to do that. That's just something we started doing a few weeks ago. It's going to take a while. Different channels do different things, and I totally respect that. So, but we're just going to. That's the direction we're moving in. So it's not the moderator's fault. It all comes back to the host. So anyway, so can't wait. I bet that duck. How do you cook your duck when you cook it?
Several different ways. I usually put it either in the crock pot or I do it a whole bunch of different ways actually. Sometimes I put it in the crock pot, sometimes I bake it, put them in casseroles, and we grill. The only thing I haven't done is put it in the smoker. Everything, it's dark meat. If you like dark meat, if you do not like dark meat, you will not like duck.
I love it.
But it's dark meat, and we love it. I usually do not do the whole duck. I take the breast meat off and I take the legs off, and that is what we eat. I do not do the whole duck. Just to harvest quickly. It's very difficult pulling feathers forever off a duck.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I bet that'd be tough.
The big down. They have all the down. So
I would have to learn all about that. I've never done any duck. I've eaten duck, but I've never processed duck or anything like that. And,
do you like pheasant hunting? Have you ever gone pheasant hunting?
No, I've never done pheasant hunting. Okay. I've eaten it because I've gone to these wild game events where you can eat all kinds of food. I've eaten it, but I've never been hunting. Only thing I've ever done any much hunting is deer hunting, and then I love to go fishing, and we catch a lot of catfish in our area. So I've done eaten a lot of catfish and eaten a lot of deer meat. So
I've never. Sorry.
I was answering a question. Yes, I use the duck eggs to cook with. Yes. Pastries, especially duck eggs, are really, really good for pastries. And for mayo, I use the duck eggs for mayo.
So are they oilier or something? Do they have some kind of
the ducks?
Yeah. I mean, just the eggs. I mean, is there something about the eggs that makes them better consistency for the pastry and stuff?
Yes, they have a bigger yolk and a creamier yolk. So it makes it very creamy. When you do your pastries, it makes it a lot lighter. When you do your mayo and use the duck egg in the mayo, the duck egg, the yolk is very, very creamy. So it makes the mayo a lot more fluffier, I guess I should say, when you're mixing it all together, the oil and the egg. So a lot of times I'll just use my duck eggs and I'll eat them. They're very, very high in protein for you.
I wonder where I would find some duck eggs, because I love to bake, especially desserts, pastries, and so that would be awesome. I wonder where I would find those around here, because I've never seen anyone advertising duck eggs.
We have duck eggs here, and I have so many, I give them away.
Wow. That's a lot of duck eggs.
I know. So, and I usually give them to a local friend of mine that uses them. We just can't eat them all. So
I don't know who posted it. I forgot to copy it and paste it, but somebody said that Canadian goose breast is like roast beef.
Goose breast?
Yeah,
I've
that's
never
what.
had goose.
Oh, me either. So
I'm sure it's got to be like duck, but I've never had any
can't.
goose. I can't say. So
I don't know who posted that. I forgot now. If I don't make a copy of it, I forget. Somebody said that.
yeah,
might have been Justin and Christina. I don't know. I'm not sure who said that.
all the
But
eggs.
that's interesting. I didn't even know you. I mean, I guess you could eat just about anything, but I really never
Right.
thought of eating a goose. But I guess it just wasn't. Oh, it was His Way Homestead that said that.
There you go.
And you can order duck eggs online. Well, now, isn't that an interesting fact?
Mail order that.
Yeah, but go to a local because they'll charge you a lot less.
Yeah. So His Way Homestead said they can make a fried egg sandwich out of one duck egg.
Do you have a local grocery store? Put your name up on there on a local grocery store looking for duck eggs and your number.
No, not really.
Oh,
We have a Walmart.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, most of our little we've got one here in town, but they don't have like a bulletin board or anything. So
Aw.
yeah, I need to find some farmers or something because I bet somebody's got them somewhere.
Step right into a farmer and see if, hey, dude, you got some duck eggs or know somebody who has some duck eggs? There you go. You'll
You
get the
can
hook
get
up.
them on Etsy and eBay. That's very interesting. Ask a farmer's market. We have a lot of Amish around here, or mostly Mennonites.
There you go. Go to the Amish.
Yeah, that just when she said ask a farmer's market. Yeah, that's who I would need to ask probably. So yeah,
That's where you can get all your vegetables from too.
Yep.
Well, honestly, we have a little, two, three, four of them Dutchy stores around here, and I just never looked. They may actually have them. I don't know. I never would have thought to look. So I'll have to
Now,
do
duck
that.
eggs are always more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured Amish people too, they don't probably use a lot of chemicals with their vegetables either. So you'll get a lot more natural growing, a lot better vegetables.
Actually, if I was going to do the canning thing, that's probably where I would go to get my veggies.
That's
I don't know why. I don't know why I don't think of them. I guess because I'm just too used to them being around here, so it's not really something. It's not like, oh, cool. It's like, oh, well, I see them every day. So.
So I have an Amish community here too, right down the road. And a lot of times I'll go and they have stores and I'll go get all of my baking goods for the season from there, or like my flour, my sugars, everything. Cause I know it's all really, really good product. And I would rather support them than my local Walmart.
Oh yeah. I despise Walmart, but that we won't get on that story.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I know. I had to go in there yesterday and I was like scared.
It's like it's a hazmat zone.
Yeah.
Seriously, we try not to go more, and this was even before everything happened. We try not to go more than maybe a couple times a month if we can keep from it. I'm not a big fan.
I am not either, and I never go. And I had to go. I had to get some sugar, and I was like,
Right.
I thought it was just, it was kind of scary. And, I had an anxiety attack just coming out of there going, what am I going to do? My son drove me and thank God he drove. I was like, oh, that was nightmarish.
Right.
Okay. You know what? Next time you're going. I'm giving you a list, son, because I'm not going in there.
Shanna Kraft has not been in a Walmart in 8 months. Wow.
Good
Rock
job.
on.
Awesome. I wish I could do that.
I know. Yeah. Usually
Unfortunately,
I am not.
we're so limited. We don't have, we don't have a lot of choices where we go to get
Yeah.
stuff. I
Us too.
try to get stuff here or here, but I always end up having to go to Walmart for something.
Yeah. Because they seem to carry a little bit of everything, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
We've been on an hour and 35 minutes. It seems like we've been on 15 minutes.
isn't that great?
That's crazy, ain't it? We've
That's
talked about everything from canning to processing deer to processing ducks to duck
Right.
eggs, goose eggs. I
Even
don't know.
Walmart.
Wow.
We get on Walmart.
And I learned
Ethan's daughter was waving at me.
Good.
Good morning.
I learned a lot today, stuff I did not know. Yeah, earlier Roy and Becky said that this kind of stuff would be good for trivia questions for me because I don't know the answers. Well, it's too late now because now I know the answers.
There you go.
You retain it. You got it in your hard drive now. You'll just pull that answer right out.
I like
Yep.
I like the jars and the cannon. That was unique for me. So I even learned a lot today too.
Pretty cool. We have a lot of people that are into that and doing that. Roy's laughing at you, Felix. So Kenneth Oak said that we were making him hungry.
Yeah, it's a good day.
We canned a lot of squash this year. Not a whole bunch, but some. We've canned squash, green beans, corn, tomatoes, salsa. More salsa probably than anything. Well, green beans, probably more green beans than anything. My daughter won't eat canned. My daughter and my wife won't eat store-bought green beans.
I don't blame them.
They just don't like them. So they fix a lot of them every year. So I can eat. I don't turn much food away. So
are you a meat and potatoes guy?
Do what?
Are you a meat and potatoes guy?
I don't have to have it every meal. No. I can eat salsa and chips. I can eat hot dogs. I can eat hamburgers. I don't have to have fried potatoes and pintos and squash every night. Tammy was raised that way. They had it every night. And but I'm not that kind. I like something different. I can eat a sandwich. I'm not real picky. I just like something different pretty regular. I'm a slot dog guy. That's what Roy said. Curly dog now. Yeah. We've swapped over.
Mr. Breeze said jalapeno jelly is awesome. Jalapeno jelly is awesome. I have had that.
I've never had jalapeno jelly.
Yeah, that's really good. I actually had a peach jalapeno jelly a while back, and that was really good.
That sounds good.
Bacon jelly? Is that really a thing, or are you guys joking?
No, that is a thing.
I've never heard of that either. Sounds like a winter roaster's marketplace is liking that, I think.
Moonshine jelly? Come on, Roy. That's not real, is it?
Roy will try anything with moonshine in it.
Strawberry habanero? I bet that was good.
I don't want anything that's got habanero in it. That's a little too hot for this redneck.
Yeah, habaneros are very hot.
Yeah, I can't handle that kind of stuff. It gets much past jalapenos, I'm out. RV Weekends just want moonshine jelly.
Kudzu jelly? Kudzu? Kudzu? What's that? Explain.
I thought kudzu was what growed on the side of the mountain that you couldn't get rid of.
Really?
I thought that.
Indoor. Nice.
Doreen, explain. I need to know what that is. That's weird.
Moonshine jelly in Georgia. Mm. Oh, I got some coffee that K&R sent me that's whiskey barrel aged.
Doreen said that is what it is. It is the stuff that you said.
Really? I can't imagine that would be any good. Y'all do know what kudzu is, right?
No. Oh, his way just explained it. A wild invasive vine that is taking over the South.
Yes. Yeah, if you drive by it, you're going to carry it home with you. And it'll be in your yard before you know it. You don't mow it, because if you mow it, it spreads like a virus. I mean, it goes everywhere.
That's interesting.
I guess you got to be from the South. So the running joke on Facebook in the South is, China's sending all these seeds over here. We're going to send kudzu seed back to them.
There you go. Nice.
That would be funny.
His Way Homestead said you can make jelly out of anything. I don't think I would eat jelly made from just anything.
So there is recipes for moonshine jelly. So yeah, I guess you can jelly just about anything.
Britton Farm said Chattanooga, the city rents goats to put on the ridge to cut and eat down the kudzu. Because the goats love kudzu. So that means everywhere they poop after they eat it, kudzu's going to grow. Just saying.
Now everybody's trying to get moonshine jelly. See what you started?
Who started that?
Roy and Beck.
Roy. Of course, Roy.
Roy, you need to send me some of that too.
Meanwhile, matters. A good point, Gary.
Shanna,
Kudzu's going to spread all over Chattanooga now.
Shanna wants to know if we got any of us got those seeds in the mail from China, and we didn't. I don't know anybody that did either.
No.
Nope, I only buy American.
So
We're going to raid. I don't know who Bob got on today. Do y'all know?
Oh, no, because I'm not doing my job.
Really?
Bob got on.
Hey, I've been learning stuff this morning. Give me a break.
You've been making notes?
I guess everyone in the chat is the guest today because it doesn't look like it. That's the title of the thumbnail. You're the guest today. So,
Nice.
So don't forget, Monday, we go back to 2 hours on Monday. So we'll be 2 hours Monday through Friday.
Sweet.
Let's see here. I'm reading Camping Place.
I want to be a moonshiner.
oh, if you do that, and I know we'll all come visit.
I bet Eva can make some muscadine wine.
Well, you know what? I think I'm going to make some apple hooch.
There you go. Happy Place Camping.
That's what I'm going to make. So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out.
Y'all go up by Highland Homestead and y'all see some steam rolling off in the back side of the farm. You know, he was cooking up some recipe.
Hey, don't tell anybody. Okay? You know how New York State is. They'll be at my doorstep. What's going on in your bird? Officer, I only have animals.
Hey, Roy, some states that's legal. Roy said he owned a steel, just hadn't used it yet.
Not here, though.
So they've been passing different laws about making your own beer and all that kind of stuff. And
Mhm.
I don't know what Alabama's law is. I quit drinking in '93, and that's been a long time ago.
We
And,
do. We drink. We're drinkers.
Felix is a
But
drinker. Felix,
I wanted to try to start to make my own wine. So I have grapes here. I have white grapes actually, and I will be starting this year making my own wine.
That's awesome.
Yes.
so Felix can come up there and be a wine tester for you. Taster.
Oh, come on up.
Her and
Yeah.
Thrifty Angela. I don't know where Thrifty Angela is.
Let me tell you what. We'll sit on the porch and we'll drink all night long and try different kinds.
Oh Lord, that's right up Felix's alley right there. Next thing I know it, she'll be producing on your show.
Yeah.
Her and Thrifty Angela, y'all be over there. Y'all call it the Women's Wine Club.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Y'all be autographing wine corks and making instead of stickers.
Oh, I've got several for you to taste today.
Right?
Gee, what are we going to taste today?
They be passing bottles between screens. Oh man, that'd be a hoot for a YouTube channel.
Oh my gosh, that would be great.
Thrifty Angela,
was in, so oh, that's funny.
Camping Therapy said you could name it Wine, Women, and Wilderness.
Hello, that's all you need, right?
It might have to be a really short show though, because if it goes on too long, things might get a little wild. And
no, we'd have to cut it off, right?
Yep.
Y'all would need a sober producer to know when to stop. Like a designated driver, y'all need a designated producer.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
Tightwad winos. That was good, Mr. Breeze. That was good.
We're just going back to our roots. How do you think they made wine back then?
All right.
There ain't nothing wrong with having a good time and sipping on some wine or hooch and relaxing and having a great time talking with friends. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Me, Mom, Matter said you definitely have to preview anyone coming up on the screen for sure.
Oh my goodness.
I can see that show getting way out of hand.
Yep.
Artists on the Road said that they could be the producer since they don't drink.
There you go.
Well,
They'd be all women. That might
I don't know. She's kind of honoring. She might let us keep going just because she's having fun watching.
RV Weekend said no camera people.
Yeah, we'll have to shut the camera off and just have a good time chatting and hanging out.
Thrifty Angela said she was getting a lot of work done. Then she heard the word wine.
Yeah. Right, Thrifty Angela? Hello. Us ladies need our wine.
That's funny. So yeah, Roy said he's made tomato wine, and Linda Barker said that sounds wrong, and I completely agree because I just can't imagine tomato wine.
No.
I bet it's a red wine. RV Weekend wine. Squirrel.
Yep, squirrel.
His way Homestead said you'd probably get 1 million views.
Hey, it'll just boost all of our channels.
Shanna Craft, you've not quit drinking long enough. 15 months ain't long enough for you to be on that show. they'd have you back to drinking in about 5 minutes.
Oh, possibly a very bad influence.
Who's a bad influence?
Well, you know.
Let me see here. RV Weekend said they heard that they've been working in the store and heard moonshine and wine. All right, now.
I just thought everybody might like to see that. Gary,
No, nobody needed to see that.
fancy swimsuit. Because, you know, we like to share with all of our friends and family here.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Too funny.
Oh, me.
That's scary.
His
The
way
next
home said that was disturbing.
Scary.
They'll have nightmares about that tonight.
Oh,
Oh,
Man.
man. We
Well,
have
won't go
we
to
have passed away nearly 2 hours.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to have to go here.
Yeah.
I got things I need to do.
Well, good deal. You have at it. And we can't wait to see all the future videos, and maybe I'll get time here in a few days to come back and look at some older videos. So
Would be great.
sounds like a winner. Appreciate you coming on. We're
Thank
tickled
you.
to death to have you. We had a blast. I think the chat did too.
I
Good
did
show.
too.
Good show.
All right. Well, we will see you around the chat. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
See ya.
Bye.
Whoops. I might have cut her off too soon.
I knew what she was saying.
Yeah. I hit the button too soon. Let's see.
So I think everybody kind of liked your Farrah swimsuit picture. It seems like.
Say it's getting good reviews.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
I had that same poster, Roy and Becky, just didn't have my face on it.
Yeah.
We were talking about that the other day, and I think that's what got that brought up. I might quit talking about stuff like that.
Seems like everybody enjoyed the show.
I think it was awesome. We learned a lot. I learned
And
what jarring was. I didn't know we already done jarring.
And I think seems like everybody's iPhones, or at least most people's iPhones, are back to working today.
Right.
So that's a
Yep,
good
I
thing.
ran the whole show. So, oh yeah, Thrifty Angel. I'll never be able to look at that poster in the same way again.
No one will now.
They'll be screaming all over the country
see
tonight.
that.
People waking up having nightmares.
Oh.
Last night, I kept having dreams about K&R Destinations, about me. I was supposed to have done something for them, and I kept forgetting to do it. Oh, it was a nightmare. I don't know where that come from.
So I'm thinking guilty conscience. You were supposed to do something and you forgot, and so you were dreaming that you.
If I did, I forgot what it was I was supposed to do.
Oh, His Way Homestead threw up a little in their mouth when they saw the poster.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, man, that's hilarious.
But you know, if you hadn't have seen it, you would have felt left out. You
Oh,
wanted
man.
to see it too.
There's Whoa Nelly. I didn't see them come in. Oh, they're just coming in.
I don't know that I did either.
They're coming in as we're going out. Balmy 51 degrees where Roy and them is. It's probably in the 90s here today in Alabama. I don't know. We got rain this morning. The sun's already back out. So,
Wait, where are you, Roy? I mean, I know you're in Arizona, but that it's only 51 degrees right now, because that's really cool. Not like cool, but cool.
Well, his wife said you need to give a warning from now on.
Yeah. I don't. Oh, they're at Flagstaff. Wow, it's only 51 in Flagstaff. That's awesome.
There's Van Life Voyages coming in the house as well.
So, Roy? What are the temperatures like during the quartzite meetup thing?
So when is that going to be?
I think Papa Drew says the 16th through the 24th of January. We're considering it, but heat will play a part of it because, you don't have electric hookups or anything out there. So, I wouldn't really want to have to run the air conditioning 24/7 on a generator. Yeah, I know, Lucy, but if I remember right, last year people were wearing jackets while they were all hanging around quartzite. Yeah, there you go. That's what I meant. Around 60s and 70s, maybe. Yeah, see, now that's doable because we'll have Darby, so we can't really be in a lot of heat with no air conditioning because she'll
So how
smell.
do y'all heat it?
How do we heat it? We have one of those little portable buddy heaters.
Oh, okay.
That runs on little propane tanks.
I got you. You'll not need the air. It gets cold at night, he said.
Yeah, that's what I kind of wanted to know, if it would be cool enough.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people at Quartzsite, honey and me. There's going to be a lot of them there.
Don't get hot till April, Roy said.
Oh, well, so that's good to know. Because, obviously we know Roy and Becky's going to be there, and Dee and Scott, and I'm assuming Mike and MJ, Papa Drew. I heard Meant to Be RVing's planning to go, and New Horizons, and Mel Nettie, and gosh, I can't even think of everybody that said they were going to. That's going to be like the meetup of all meetups. I don't know if Lucy's going or not. Are you going to be there, Lucy? Well, I hadn't heard if she was going to try to be there. She's pretty close, I think.
I think to say, I don't think they're too far from there. I don't think.
I think so. Are you guys going to try to make it?
No, that won't happen for us. Maybe one of these days we'll get to go. We'll be doing good if we're in a place by then.
Oh, I think you will be.
So.
Oh, yep, Lucy's going too. Wow. Gosh. So like pretty much everybody is going to be there.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
I think Nettie and them's going, ain't they?
Yeah, I believe they're going too. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if our Epic RV Adventure was going or not.
I don't know about them. Simple Life Big Adventures, I think, possibly was going to be there. And I can't remember everybody. I know I've heard so many different people. Yes, Nettie's going to be there.
All right, guys. We love you guys. We got to go raid Bob. And I will be back tomorrow with Striving for the Simple Life. So y'all be here. Let's support them. And let's see what we can get done. And remember, guys, when we do rules and stuff, don't get your feelings hurt. We may have to modify rules. And don't get offended by text or somebody hiding your thing. Know that we're doing it for the good of the show. And we don't take offense to y'all doing it, not knowing or anything like that. Please, please, please don't take offense. the best we can do is the best we can do sometimes, and we accidentally hurt feelings sometimes, but it is, I promise you, never intentional. So, love you guys. Y'all go raid Bob. See y'all.